Hey everyone, it's Darla. Today I'm focusing on some seasonal nail art, but no matter what nail art you're wanting to achieve, I highly encourage you to go on Google, type in step-by-step nail art on whatever you're wanting to create, and you will get a ton of options. So I am going for a simple, cute little pumpkin. So I type in step-by-step nail art for a pumpkin, and this is what came up. And there are so many variations, it is crazy, but I just printed this one off. Mine is in black and white, but I just keep my computer screen open so I can see the colors that they used for reference. But that is the first step. It breaks it down, it makes anything achievable, because let's be honest, nail art can be a little bit daunting. So I'm going to show you how to create a super cute fall pumpkin. If you are wanting to get into the Halloween spirit already, there are so many options for jack-o'-lanterns, scary, happy. Here's one that I printed off that I think is really easy, but you get a really cool end result with it. But today we're focusing on a cute fall pumpkin. So what I did here is just 2 coats of Autumn in Montreal. The pumpkin color that I'm going with is Candlelight Flame. I'm diluting a little bit of the Candlelight Flame with Lovee Dovee. That's the color up in the corner here. On my sheet, you can see how they create the pumpkin here with the full orange, and then they create the dimension with lighter, and when this is in color, it's just a lighter orange to define the creases on the pumpkin. So that is what I've created with Candlelight Flame and Lovee Dovee here. The stem is going to be Choc-Oh-La-La, and then the leaf on the top is going to be Feeling Ferny. Now that will give you a very basic pumpkin. If you want to add sparkle and shine, I mean, Gelmoment has a ton of colors to choose from. If you want a sparkly green, you could go with Jade's Wish. If you wanted to add some gold sparkle, you can add sparkling Moscato. The color options, as always, are endless, but today we're just going to start with a basic pumpkin. So this is 2 coats of Autumn in Montreal. All the tools that I'm using today are from the creativity set. I have 1 dotting tool. This is a super fine tip. On the other side, it is fine as well, but not nearly as fine as this one. So this one I want to use to create the leaf. And then this is a small little fine tipped brush. I like to use this one to create my lines. And then when I have a big space to fill in, like I do for a pumpkin, I like this brush to fill it in with color. So let's get started. Right on top of that Autumn in Montreal, we are going in to create our line with this fine brush, picking up our Candlelight Flame, and just referring back to your picture, we are starting, I'm just going to copy this basically step by step. So we have the polished nail here. They're working the pumpkin from the tip of the nail up in the top right hand corner here. So I'm going to do that today. If you wanted to flip it, you could totally do the pumpkin starting at the cuticle. And this is going to be our first step here. So creating the line of the pumpkin and then filling the pumpkin in. So here we go. So once you are happy with your line, you're just going to take your thicker brush, pick up a little bit more polish, and fill it in. So once you are happy with the shape of your pumpkin, we are going to give this a full 45-second cure. So that is our first cure done. I want it a little bit more orange, so I'm going to add 1 more coat of Candlelight Flame. And giving it another 45-second cure. So that is our pumpkin cured. Now I want to use that same brush, so just giving it a quick cleanse I want to use that same brush to create the dimension on the pumpkin. So I'm using the Candlelight Flame diluted with white, and I'm just going to pick it up on the side of the brush because I want to keep them fairly thin. And they have 3 lines starting at the top and just dividing the pumpkin into thirds. So just very slowly drawing your lines down the pumpkin. If there's anything that you don't like about your lines, feel free to wipe it off and try again. This is a pumpkin, so I'm not too worried about things being perfect because what pumpkin out there is perfect. So I'm not going to be super fussy here. So I'm happy with that, so I'm going to cure that again for 45 seconds. Okay, so now we have our 3D pumpkin. Next step is the stem. So using the fine tip of the dotting tool, I love dotting tools, they are just so precise and easy to control. We are going to create a square, kind of a, I guess more of a rectangular stem on the top of our pumpkin. How easy was that? So curing that again for 45 seconds. So there's our 3D pumpkin so far. Now we're going to add the vine. So using the fine tip of the dotting tool again, picking up a little bit of Feeling Ferny, we are going to create a line with a loop on the end. There, so simple as that. So again, giving that a cure. So there is our little pumpkin so far. I wanted to mention with nail art, we're often using really fine, thin coats of polish. You don't need a full 45-second cure. You can give it what we call a flash cure, so 15 seconds is lots. If you're using, I did 2 coats on my pumpkin and I didn't want that base to move at all, so I did do full cures there. But for the lines on the pumpkin, the vine, the stem, you could definitely get away with a flash cure. So this little pumpkin, as cute as she is, you might want to add just a little bit of extra sparkle to her. So I'm going to show you how to easily do that. I'm going to use Sparkling Moscato and Jade's Wish to add just a little bit more interest to the pumpkin. So using the small end of that dotting tool again, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Jade's Wish and I'm going to trace over the Feeling Ferny just to add a little bit of sparkle there. And I am going to pick up a little bit of Sparkling Moscato and just place it randomly along those lines. I'm not doing the full line, just to add a little bit more dimension. So you can see when the light hits it, it's going to pick up that shimmer. Say you don't like what you did, very simple fix. Take your cleanser, simply wipe it off. You can try again, or what I recommend after you're finished any nail art is coat with Clearly Frisky, give it a full cure, and then you're done. So I'm going to leave my pumpkin as is right now, give it a clear coat, and I'll be right back. So this is with 1 coat of Clearly Frisky on it, super shiny, your nail art is protected, and how cute is that? And as always, there's extra steps you could take. If you wanted to define your pumpkin even more, you could take a darker color and outline the roundness of your pumpkin. Like I showed you before, you can add sparkles. And the joy with this polish is that nothing is drying down until you cure it. So if you don't like something, simply wipe it off and start again, or just try that line again. As soon as you like a line or a shape, be sure to at least give it a flash cure, because then it's not going to move on you. And then when you're happy with it, at the very end, give it a full cure and you're good to go. Have fun. We'll see you next time.